Hi Algebra 2 students. Welcome to section 8.8, the last section of chapter 8. Chapter 9 is going to be great. It's a lot shorter. So we are going to be solving radical equations. It does say and inequalities. We actually don't. We're just going to solve radical equations. What I need you to remember from section 8.6 is how to write a radical expression as with a rational exponent, right? If you remember the square root of x, that x is to the first power, that's the second root, so we could write that as x to the 1/2 power, right? Powers of people in power on top, roots are at the bottom. A cube root, right, shown this way with a radical sign, this x is to the first power, right? We're taking the third root, so we could write that as x to the 1/3 power. So anything you put into your calculator, like 16 to the 1/2 or the square root of 16 will give you the same answer. 8 to the 1/3 or the cube root of 8 will get you the same answer. So here's what we're going to do. We have 3 problems. We need to solve for x, and we're going to check our answer when we do that. So what we're going to do is first try to isolate, so that means get alone, our radical or our rational expression, right? And then we are going to do any math we can to get that x alone also. So here's the 3 problems that we're going to do. Here we go. And of course, we always want to check to make sure our solutions work. So problem number 1, 4 cube root of 2x plus 11 equals 12. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is work to get the cube root alone and then work to get the x alone. So let's get rid of this multiplying by 4. We will divide both sides by 4, and we have the cube root of 2x plus 11 equals 3. The next thing we're going to do, notice we can't subtract 11 or divide by 2 because it's stuck underneath the cube root. The opposite of a cube root is cubing, just like the opposite of a square root is squaring. So we're going to cube both sides. That causes the cube root and the cube to eliminate on the left, and we are left with 2x plus 11. And on the right, we're going to cube. 3 to the 3rd power, remember it's not 9, that's 27. 3 times 3 times 3. Easy equation to solve now. Let's subtract an 11 from both sides. We get 2x equals 16. Divide by 2. And x equals 8. There we go. Let's write our original equation. Let's see below. It was 4 times the cube root of 2x plus 11 equals 12. And let's see if that's right. Okay, when you put an 8 in here, we get 2 times 8 is 16, plus 11 is 27. The cube root of 27 is 3. 3 times 4 is 12. There, we did a great job. Let's look at problem number 2. We have the 4th root of x minus 3 equals a -1. Okay, let's first get the 4th root alone, and then we'll work on getting the x alone. So let's add a 3 to both sides. The 4th root of x equals 2. The inverse of a 4th root is to the 4th power. There we go. And the 4th root and the 4th power cancel out on the left and leave an x. And 2 to the 4th on the right is 16. Let's check our answer. The original problem was the 4th root of x minus 3 equals -1. When we put a 16 in, the 4th root of 16 is 2. 2 minus 3 is a -1. We did a great job. Number 3, just want to make sure you can solve when you have a rational exponent. And we do have to be super careful on this problem, more careful than you think. So let's keep an eye on this one. All right, we have x's on both sides. Right, I can't add a 3, subtract a 3 from here because it's stuck under the 1/2 power. Notice this is the square root, right? First power, second root. Okay, so let's go ahead and square both sides. Let's square and let's square. Okay, 1/2 times 2, you know when you have one exponent raised to another that you multiply, 1/2 times 2 is 1. So the exponent really did eliminate, plus you know that when you have a square root and a square, they cancel. So on the left, we have x plus 3 left. You do have to be super careful on the right. Class, this is not x squared minus 9. This is not x squared plus 9. This is x minus 3 times x minus 3 is another way to write x minus 3 squared. So let's go ahead and FOIL out the right. That's x squared minus 3x minus 3x plus 9. Let's clean up that right hand side a little bit. That's x squared minus 6x plus 9. Okay, this looks quadratic, so let's get everything to the left and set it equal to 0. And we have 0 equals x squared minus 7x plus 6. So we are looking for two numbers that multiply to 6 and add to a negative 7. That's a negative 6 and a negative 1. Our a is 1, so we don't have to divide. X minus 6, x minus 1. There we go. So here your x 6 would make 6 minus 6, 0. X equals 6. And 1 minus 1, x equals 1, would be another solution. Of course, we have to check our answers. Let's write the original problem. Okay, and let's check it by putting 6 in, here and here. Let's go. 6 plus 3 is 9. This is a square root. The square root of 9 is 3. And 6 minus 3 is 3. So x equals to 6 does work. Let's try putting a 1 in here and here. When you put in a 1, 1 plus 3 is 4. The square root of 4 is 2. And on the right, you get 1 minus 3 is a negative 2. Nope, that is not true. Super close, but not true. The only answer is 6. Have a great day.